Hello everybody, happy holidays. This is Nathan Evans. Today I'm going to make you a holiday shake. Keep in mind I have not done this before, so this will be my first time making my own eggnog. So I mean, everybody loves eggnog during the holidays, of course. Everybody usually buys it. You know, it's the perfect thing to have during the holidays. And if you bring it, usually everybody loves you for it, because just eggnog is just, I don't know why, it is what it is. It's like it's an addiction, you have to admit, for the guys. So anyways, today I'm going to show you how to make all natural organic eggnog. And when I say that, we were like, you know, it sounds a little like a natural, organic. Actually, ironically, if you had eggnog about 10 or 20 years ago, it was always all natural and organic. Today, everything's been so mutated and so manipulated that it's no longer technically eggnog when you buy it in stores. Today, when you go buy eggnog, it's usually milk that's been homogenized, pasteurized. The cow's been filled with steroids and been fed meat and corn, etc. And then, of course, the eggs are all with chickens that are genetically modified and pumped with steroids also. And usually the sweetener is high fructose corn syrup. It's usually filled with artificial flavors. Artificial flavors can be used for food coloring manipulation and also creating a fake taste of eggnog. So sometimes when you drink it, you're like, it tastes like eggnog. But actually, they've added chemicals to make it taste like eggnog. It's not really eggnog anymore. And then there's all these other chemicals, but that's just the start of the tip of the iceberg. Today we're going to be making eggnog homemade. Some of you guys might make eggnog out there homemade, and you go buy the ingredients, and that's good. At least you're doing that stuff. But keep in mind, unless you're buying organic, you got to make sure what you're buying is really organic. It's really what you're buying. So like, you make eggnog, you might buy stuff like maple syrup, which I got here, maple syrup. You might buy some vanilla extract and some milk and some eggs. But keep in mind, everything that you bought, unless it's certified organic and you've checked the labels, not just organic, but check the labels, you might not be getting what you're asking for. Like example, maple syrup. You might go buy maple syrup, but it can even be made out of high fructose corn syrup, which is not maple syrup, and it actually is very bad for your health. And then sometimes you might find things like aspartame or just artificial flavors to manipulate a taste of maple syrup. So you might not even be buying it, even though it says maple syrup on it. You got to be careful, because they just want you to buy the product and not actually make the product, if you know what I mean. So this is, of course, as usual, I'm really picky about my stuff, so vegan and organic if I can. This is organic Vermont-based maple syrup. Most people know Vermont is the best place to get the maple syrup, of course. I got organic vanilla extract here. I got raw organic milk. This is actually chocolate milk, sorry, that's all I had with me. But we'll have a little bit of chocolate in there, why not? The difference from this milk and like most organic milks is most people buy organic milk that's actually still been pasteurized, which, you know, people think that's a good thing. Well, the good thing is, they say, is because it gets rid of all the bad the bad possible things that are in it, like you know diseases, etc. But the thing is that when they pasteurize it, they heat it up for half an hour, at least up to over 220 degrees, where it destroys all the good enzymes, all the vitamins, all the things you need. So by the time you're drinking organic milk that's been pasteurized, there's no really any point of drinking it, because there's nothing in it that has good for you. In fact, it's been proven to even be dangerous to do that and to drink it. And of course, if it's homogenized, you destroyed it into you crushed it, which makes it into such small particles that actually it scars your gut and can cause digestive problems. So try to get raw organic milk, which is actually illegal in some states. You can read about that and study it, but they say it's because it's dangerous. Like if you drink it, you might get sick. But actually, raw milk hasn't been one case in 13 years, if I'm correct, of people getting sick from it. And homogenized and pasteurized milk, there's thousands of cases a year about people getting sick. So do the math there, of course. So my eggs come from Texas, Austin, Texas. These chickens are free-range, grass-eating chickens. I like chickens that eat grass, preferably. I mean, there's flaxseed versions out there and other stuff, but grass is what chickens like to eat. And they like to peck on the ground and get the natural. That's what chickens do. So I believe that's the best thing to do. I'm proving that chickens that do eat that way have a higher amount of vitamins and minerals. Of course, they do cost more. Keep that in mind. So here we go. We're going to start making this. So first, we're going to add 1 cup of raw organic milk. If you can't find raw organic milk, or if you're in a state that is illegal to have raw organic milk, well, at least get organic milk. If you can't get raw, I mean, you'll survive, I'm sure. Just keep it in mind though. You are drinking possibly pasteurized milk. One other option is I think you could try some other things like rice milk. Never tried it before. Got me if it works, but you could check out there for vegan-based eggnog. That's kind of contradictory though, of course. Okay, so now we're going to add one. Well, let's add the egg first. We're going to add one egg to the mix here. Okay, so we have half a cup of milk and one egg, and now we're going to add one tablespoon of Vermont maple syrup. My tablespoon's a little big, but it'll work. Okay, so 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. Kabam. Okay. And then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavoring. I actually have no teaspoons right now, so what I'm going to do is use this, because ironically, these usually amount to about a teaspoon. The caps in these things, which is great. You can just use that. And there we go. And of course, if you want to add your own alcohol, like whiskey or whatever, etc., your choice, feel free to. Now I'm going to blend this. Had to run and get the lid. Before I blend this, actually, some of my people might be paranoid about making their own eggnog because there might be it's a raw egg. And if you have a problem with that, I say add, which I usually add to my shakes, a little bit of your microplant batter, which will completely protect you from any possible diseases that might come from the egg or the raw milk, if you're that paranoid about it. And plus, it's good to have that naturally. And this microplant powder, which I mentioned in my other video, just go to my hempusa.org and you can read more about it. But it's just a zeolite-based form that cleanses your body and it takes away in it. You can read about that later. I'm not going to start that up again though. So here we go. We're going to blend this right now. Here we go. And we have eggnog. Okay. With a little bit of chocolate, of course, from the chocolate in the raw organic milk. And there we go. You got a great drink for the holidays. And it's going to taste completely different than any other eggnog anybody has out there. Do you have any questions or comments? Please post them, and Merry Christmas.